Next up is episode 4, and for this you have to move left on the main map. Skip the cutscenes like usual, but with the last cutscene, start tilting your left stick forward before it ends. This will make you move before the cutscene ends. However, if you move it too early, you move to the right, like seen in this video, instead of directly forward. For the first 3 wires, you can just headshot them. However, the bullet shot shoots so slowly that you might want to opt for just slashing or dodge bursting. Then dash up to the door. Don't stand directly in its face because it will push you away. Then guard break these two and make sure you get both of them at the same time. That means they will not be able to block afterwards. Kill them, take the drops, dash here, headshot the 2 regular wires, and then break the ways for some blood. Guard break the yellow wires, kill them. You can use 1 adrenaline burst here, because you need at least a little over 1 rose for the eye that is coming up. And take as many drops as you can before you're able to go into the painting. Then just dash the stairs up. As for the big eye, just shoot it and take its drops. Then go towards the Gilded Clawman and start mashing guard break. Parry him once and then guard break him into stun, and then farm blood up to full, because you will need it to adrenaline burst the rest of the enemies. Take his drops. I advise to take all of them instead of dashing, because the phone call is coming, because the crystals at this stage are more important than a few seconds, in my opinion. In this room, you will have to guard break and kill regularly 1 enemy and then adrenaline burst 2. And this guy will keep blocking if you keep hitting him. And you could just adrenaline burst the Moon Scythe man before he gets to hit you, and he won't be able to dodge it then. You don't need to take these drops, so just go toward the painting. In the first painting room, go left and then adrenaline burst, and you will automatically target this one. Then go back and target this one. You may or may not have enough blood for a 3rd adrenaline burst, but you should adrenaline burst this guy anyway. You don't need to take any of the drops here. In this room, stun the Gilded Clawman and parry or dodge burst him if necessary, and dodge burst the other moon dudes, because they will attack you while you're guard breaking the Gilded Clawman. And make note that if you get away from a stunned enemy, they will get out of stun quicker, and just kill them all, take their drops, and take blood from the vase that is closest to the door. Shoot both of the eyes here and make sure you have full blood. When entering the arena, first adrenaline burst the 3 wires, then take their drops, and then shoot the eyes to get blood from them, and then adrenaline burst the last 2 enemies. The enemies here spawn differently on PC, which is why I prefer this over killing all 5 humanoids before shooting the eyes. David has a few different attacks. The regular swings, his teleport, and the charged up teleport, which you can DB at the startup and when it activates. And then he has this sliding attack and the projectiles, which are faster in the second phase. And in the very beginning, just walk back and shoot at him, and when he does the projectile, which he should do, then just DB it and DB again. And if he manages to hit you, then just press and hold the dash, because you will get a DB pretty much automatically after that. And then advance the fight. Now he's much more aggressive and unpredictable in the second phase. It's best if you can make him throw out the projectiles, because you are able to get 2 DBs for free. And right here he does the charged up teleport, which can be DB'd at the startup and when it activates. Episode 5 is fairly straightforward, however there are a few things worth mentioning. There are 3 cutscenes before the boss, which has 1 cutscene, and some of them have different times when you can skip them, and to find out when you can skip them, I suggest mashing the confirmation button to see the start button prompt appear at the lower right corner. Then there are invisible walls on some parts of the rocks. The first of them is after the second cutscene. When you walk back, there's a big rock there, and you just walk away from it so you don't touch the wall. And then the next one is after the dolly appears the first time, there will be appearing and disappearing platforms that you have to walk on. The fourth one from the beginning has an invisible wall in the middle, so I suggest walking toward the camera, so practically on the left side of the platform. Then at the very last platform, before you enter the island with the third cutscene, I suggest just walk straight in the middle of the platform, because there's an invisible wall on the left side close to you. If you skip the boss cutscene fast enough, the music won't play, however it won't affect the game in any way. So first shoot at Dolly a bit to down her faster. Regularly she takes 4 hits from the sword, and less if you shoot at her. And usually you can get 3 hits in for free before she starts moving fast away from you, in which case you have to chase her. And make sure you don't hit her from the front, because she's invincible and it will slow you down. And if she spawns so fast that you cannot kill her fast enough, or if she does attacks that you have to avoid dropping the combo, she might turn invisible, which means that she takes 6 hits, and if you hit her, you will be put into the second person view, and that is very bad for the run. So just keep up the combo, just shoot at her when she emerges from the water to keep up the combo. You can preserve blood by just shooting her 1 or 2 times. However, when you get enough blood, and if there are a lot of dollies, I suggest you just start shooting her. But make sure that you have at least 1 rose of blood when you down the HP bar. And then make sure that at least 1 dolly is emerging from the water, because now she will be able to come to the rocks, and then you can adrenaline burst her. But if you do it too late, then she will get dragged into the water, which will require another dolly to spawn and wastes a lot of time. And dolly has at least 3 different patterns of spawning, and there's the slow one, the medium, and the fast. And what you want is the fast one, where she spawns from both sides of the dock, and she spawns very quickly, but it can be tough to deal with. So the medium one is acceptable too, but it's not something that can be manipulated as far as I know. At the start of episode 6 you should already have around 300 moon crystals, so you don't need to get them from these guys. I still haven't figured out a consistent way to waste these guys fast, because the combo level will pretty much unavoidably rise to level 3, which will make you do the final judgment if you kill them with the sword. So you can just get blood from them and adrenaline burst them, and you can't really headshot them either because they have helmets. But just make sure that you have at least 1 rose for the next enemy. But I would take a little more, and if you don't, you can get them from the upcoming enemies. And so for this guy, which I call the Predator, you just adrenaline burst it. Now take his drops and stay still and wait for the 3 yellow wires to come out, and then adrenaline burst to cover ground and kill one of them, then kill the last 2. Take their drops as well. Now 2 predators will come up. You have to wait a while before you can hit them. I suggest dodge bursting one of them to get a combo level going and kill him quick, and take his drops, and then farm blood from the other one, and make sure you get a little over 3 roses, because you need 3 for adrenaline bursts and then a little for the bullet shot. Take the drops and then upgrade the bullet shot and then the counter shot. And in the next room you have to shoot the bridge down, so shoot the 4 rightmost or outermost barrels, and I do this by simply moving with the left stick because I feel like it's easier. Now move a little forward to make these yellow wires appear, wait a while, and then when you can target the rightmost one with the adrenaline burst, then just let it rip, so you can kill them before the cutscene plays, so now they do not bother you from behind. And now shoot the flying turret, and then just wait for those guys to shoot at you, and you can move a little back to get their drops and blood. You can try shooting at them with your bullet shot, but if you shoot a guy who shoots at you and then you dodge afterwards, you can still get the counter shot animation, which slows you down. Go forward, shoot the 2 flying turrets and then adrenaline burst everything before Vivian appears. And this Vivian is not skippable. Even if you kill all the enemies fast enough, she will still appear. So just use up all your blood and then get a little more and take their drops. Now go forward. There isn't any specific spot as far as I know where you have to stand for the next cutscene to activate. I just go as far as possible. Shoot the 2 turrets and then guard break stun the Gilded Clawman. I suggest getting a little over 2 roses because you need 2 for ABs, and then if you run out of blood while shooting you will shoot slower. Take his drops and the head and then go to the sensor. And then just dash forward. Skip the cutscene, and this one is easy to mash through so fast that you open the start menu, so beware. Then dash forward to the stairs and then walk to the right to avoid the suicide turrets and keep dashing. Another cutscene plays, and now just adrenaline burst the shield dudes. Then take their drops. And now do not aim before the cutscene ends, because otherwise you will aim at the television screens. Headshot the 2 regular wires and then countershot the 2 yellow wires with the guns, and shoot the other 2 regular wires and then ultimately shoot the flying turret. Then activate the rotating bridge, get off and dash to the second rotating bridge and activate it 3 times and then get off. Then go into the room to activate the withdrawing bridge and then go to the exit door. Once you go to the next room, move to the left to shoot the first turret that comes up, then shoot the one on the right, and then dodge burst the predator. And it is slightly faster if you don't finish him with the dodge burst, but instead wait for it to end and then finish him. Then shoot the television or just straight up guard break stun the clawman. Get just a little bit of blood, not much is necessary. Take his drops and the head, then go to the next sensor. You can save frames by dashing to the right after scanning the head. Then dash to the second sensor and then dash to the last one. The wait for the elevator is around 1.5 minutes, however it can become longer if you kill enemies with the final judgment or if they are the last enemy that is currently on the stage. And I suggest that you farm moon crystals here because you need at least 400 for the next part, and you get extra moon crystals if you perform the final judgment and pick the moon crystal option. What I do here is I shoot the television down to stun the Big Mac, and then I think it's better to kill the regular wires because then you can avoid dodge bursting them, because you have to block or dodge them otherwise. Then stun the Big Mac with guard break, and then adrenaline burst it, and make sure you target it, because usually you will target the regular wires and waste blood. Now I saw that I had 498 crystals there, so I let the combo counter go down. You can get it down by getting hit or just waiting. And then I just start killing the enemies. You can usually, the ones with the helmets, just attack them 2 times and they'll lose the helmet, so you can headshot them, but sometimes they dodge like crazy. So the easy way is to just attack them like this, but don't let your combo level to go up to 3, because if you finish them with that, you will do the final judgment. And since you already have the 400 crystals, you don't need any extras. But it is good to have more, because it'll increase your chances of getting 2 upgrades in the next episode instead of 1. Also make sure that you have full blood before the boss, and get close to the elevator as it comes down, and you can hear the music reach this specific point. If you haven't wasted time, it will come down right about now. Skip the next cutscene and open the menu to upgrade the bullet shot and the gecko limiter. Then walk back and shoot at him, and if he does the normal attack, try to dodge burst it. If he does the purple unblockable one, stay away and keep shooting. Then just get in his face and repeat. However, if you inflict too much damage on him in the dodge burst, he will fall to his knees and take some time to get up. After his HP goes to 0, he will do a plunging attack with his arm, and then just adrenaline burst it. Skip the cutscene and then move away from him, keep shooting, and he should do the unblockable rush attack. You should dodge burst that, and then dodge burst again, but make sure not to inflict too much damage at this point, because he will fall to his knees pretty easy. Then he'll do the second plunging attack, and this cutscene afterwards is sometimes unskippable, and I haven't found a consistent way to be able to skip it. Now, as for the final phase, you should have plenty of blood, and then just move forward, because the camera is sometimes angled weirdly, and then keep shooting at him. You might want to try to dodge burst the lightning, because it's possible. However, I'm not sure if it's possible on the PC version. Then just attack him and shoot him, and that's that.